Hello and welcome to another episode of Wise Attraction. Today I'm going to be having a different type of show in the sense that I'm going to be talking about something that I've been reflecting on after the last two shows. Firstly, the teens chat about relationships, and the last show, which was the chats with Adebola and Funke about their love story. One thing that really intrigued me, I noticed that in both scenarios, the people I was speaking to, they were very intentional about their relationship or their lack of relationship in the case of the teens. What does it mean to be intentional in your relationship? I mean, of course, myself, I had to reflect on my relationship as well. How intentional have I been? I had to identify areas that I've been intentional in my relationship, and also areas that I need to improve upon in terms of when it comes to intentionality. And what do I mean by being intentional? It means to be purposeful in the sense that having a goal when it comes to your relationships and setting out actions and activities that you would do in order to achieve that goal, things that you need to do along the way to help you to achieve that goal. Now, I noticed that there's one area where it seems that it's more common for people to be intentional when it comes to relationships, and it's the case of getting married. Or you hear of people asking, oh, what's this relationship about? Where is it headed? We need to know, whether not just getting married, sorry, but it could be getting married, it could be going exclusive, it could be deciding whether they want to be with the other party. A lot of people invest more time in this, and then when they actually get into the relationship, there's less of an investment in other important areas that is needed to help you as an individual thrive and that relationship to thrive as a result of you thriving in your individuality. And these areas that I feel is very important to be intentional is finance, in your finances, in your mental and emotional well-being, in your health. These are very key areas to be intentional about as an individual, even before you go into a relationship. These are areas that you need to have. It's very important to have goals, what you're trying to achieve in these aspects of your life, and how, not just the what, the how. What are the behaviors you need to exhibit? You need to sort of, I don't know, you need to start imbibing and practicing. What are the activities you need to do in order to achieve the goals that you want to achieve? Now, why is it very important to intentionally put these things in relationships? It can save you a lot of heartache and a lot of stress that you do not need to go to. For instance, we hear of a lot of abusive relationships. For someone that's intentional about their mental and emotional well-being, that sort of person is less likely to go into an abusive relationship. And if they do, they are less likely to stay in that relationship, because as an intentional person, you have goals for your mental and emotional well-being. You know the state that you want to be in. And so when things are happening within the relationship and you're checking yourself and you're seeing that you're not okay mentally, you're not okay emotionally, this relationship is giving you heartache, it's making you sad constantly. I mean, relationships have their ups and downs. It's not because of one incident that you say, oh, this relationship is pointless, you chuck it in the bin. No. But if you find a pattern of a consistent pattern with yourself in the relationship where you're sad, where you're unhappy, where your emotions are up and down all the time, you need to, it's something that needs to be paid attention to. Now, for someone who is intentional about their mental and emotional well-being, they'll be able to observe that, okay, the way I am right now is not achieving those goals. There are certain things that are happening that is taking me away from my mental and emotional well-being. And so what are the things I need to do to bring me back, or to take me to bring me in line to achieving the goals that I want? Can I do it within this relationship? Can I do it with this person? If being with this person or in this relationship prevents me from being mental and emotionally well, then I shouldn't be in that relationship. That's what being intentional is. Not leaving things to chance, not saying, oh, whatever will be, will be. Oh, if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it will work. No, you are important. You are valuable. When going into a relationship, it's very important to pay attention to the important things, to set goals. When it comes to financial goals, we know that being in a relationship can be straining on finances. Why? Because for different reasons. Firstly, it could be that one person might be more financially able than the other person, and so you might find that you're sharing things, you're going out, you're having fun, you're doing things to build your relationship. So in the process of all of that, of course, money needs to be spent. Are you in a situation where you're at the point of losing out financially? Is it becoming so overly draining? Are there things that you can adjust? Are there things that you can do for yourself? I mean, we've had cases of one party stealing from the other. The other day, I read a story online of a guy who got his girlfriend, I don't know, somehow he managed to get her account details, and he was taking her money, and she kept seeing the updates, and she decided to confront him, and he was like, stop insulting me, for someone who is, and for that lady, in fact, I'm even going to give kudos to her, because she was intentional. She noticed it, and she confronted him, and she said, what's going on? She actually told him, this is stealing. You're stealing from me. You need to stop stealing from me. If you're not, and she observed that something like that was wrong. And in the way she sounded, in what I read, it sounded like she was not going to take it. She was not going to take that from him. And that's someone that is intentional about her finances within the relationship, because even if, in as much as she loves him, but she won't tolerate stealing. And this is how relationships become a liability. If your money is going, is leaving your account, and you can't account for where it's going to, it's something that can be burdensome on yourself. And also, there's another story of a lady who, she was married to this person. He kept taking her money, and I'm conscious that I'm talking about only girls, only from the women's side. I'm going to give examples from from the man's side as well. But yeah, so her husband kept taking from her, and that particular marriage ended up in divorce. But being intentional means that you can stop things in their tracks before they become a problem. Being intentional when you're in the courting phase, when you've just gotten to know this person, you're in friendship, your relationship is getting more serious, you're talking about marriage. Being intentional means that you're paying attention to their financial behaviors, and you're asking yourself, is this in line with will this financial behavior of my partner help me achieve my financial goals in the future? If it wouldn't, fine. There's some people that people have financial weaknesses, or weakness when it comes to finances. That's fine. That's not a problem. How can we work it out so that in the future we can both achieve our financial goals? This is what it means to be intentional. When it comes to health-wise, this is a very, very sensitive topic. I don't even want to discuss this lightly, because of medically speaking, there are some people that cannot be together, or being together can lead to its own complications when it comes to having children. So being intentional about your relationship is that you're finding out about the health of each party early enough, and you're also discussing what both of you can do to mitigate if any issues arise health-wise, what both of you can do to mitigate whatever effects might come up. That is, if this applies to you. So it's very important to be intentional. It's very important not to leave things to chance. I mean, in the two previous shows that I had on wise attraction, the main way that was emphasized in terms of them being intentional was regards to not their decision not to have sex before marriage, and with the couple Funke and Adebola, they even came up with a slogan, no THKS. It's something that helped them through, the fact that you're intentional and you make a decision, you set a goal and you set um activities or behaviors and things that you're going to do in order to achieve this goal, doesn't mean that you will not be tempted to do otherwise. But being intentional, part of it is also putting things in line that will help you stay on track to achieving your goals. I believe that if someone is clear about what they want, even within a relationship, it can save you a lot of heartache. Even beyond heartache, it can save you investing too much too soon in the relationship, such that you find it difficult to backtrack when you find that you're going in the wrong way. I mean, I've heard of different cases, sadly, where the one party finds out that they're not happy with the way things are going, and but then they feel like, oh, this relationship has cost me too much, I've invested too much in the relationship to leave. I mean, it's not even worth it. A relationship that you find to be costly at any stage will only continue to be costly, and by the time you accumulate all of the costs in the future, what it has cost you down the line will be much more than what is costing you at the point where you're deciding that it has cost you too much to let it go. At the end of the day, you're not Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ was the one that came to sacrifice himself for the world. The Bible says, love your neighbor as yourself, not more than yourself. It's the same thing when it comes to relationships and all of that. You love as yourself. You are important. If there's no you, then there's nothing to give into the relationship. I mean, if your emotional, your mental well-being is not taken care of, then you really can't give much or be your best in that relationship. And as a result of that, you can't enjoy the relationship as well. And your financial life, your finances, and your health, those areas, they also impact mental and emotional well-being. So I'm encouraging you. This was just a really short chat to encourage you to be intentional. Be intentional before you enter into the relationship. I know lots of people have the list and things like that, which is fine. Have some core values that that are uncompromisable. You must not have, it doesn't have to be a list of 1,000 things, but there should be some core things that that you will not compromise on. That's very, very important to start with. So you're intentional about things before you get in. When you get in, continue your intentionality to say, in terms of your mental and emotional well-being, spirituality, something I didn't mention before, but that's another area of that needs intentionality. Finances, health, be intentional. I've already explained how you can be intentional in those areas, in addition to, okay, I'm in this relationship and I want to get married, which is the common way that a lot of people are intentional in. So I hope this video has helped you. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Wise Attraction. Please like us on Facebook at Wise Attraction. Like this video if you found it helpful. Also, please share with your friends so they can also learn, to be intentional. And please subscribe for more videos. Thank you for watching.